Shorty coming out of the suburbs. Don't think it's sweet, boo, you can still get murked. My name all in your mouth, bet it tastes like dessert. Mad I got the juice and you dry like the desert. Why you mad, ayy? Cause I'm in my bag, ayy. Worry about me, worry about your show and price tag. See me glowing up and all these haters wanna be mad. Stuck in the same spot while I'm getting jet lag. Catch me out of state, making a moves becoming great. Ain't solid now, but when you eatin', everybody wanna plate. Wanna see it at the table, wanna act like they grateful. Don't mess with outsiders, y'all looking real unstable. If anything, they should ask me how I do it. Start taking notes, recording my every movement. I know that I'm the best and I ain't gotta.
What's good, everybody? Welcome to today's episode of KB's Community. Today, I am here with a special guest, Mr. Munch Lauren. Good, how are you?
Good.
I'm excited to have you. Thanks for being here.
Appreciate you having me today.
Yeah. So, what have you been working on? What you been up to musically, creatively?
I recently just dropped the album called The Lab, March 29th. So I just pretty much been out here promoting that.
Okay.
Pushing that, doing videos to it and all that.
Okay. And you did a video yesterday?
Yeah. I shot a video to an unreleased song that I plan on dropping soon.
Okay. How was that?
It was pretty smooth. Smooth, usual.
Okay.
Playing cars.
Yeah. So are videos fun, or do they start to feel like work at some point, or is it a little bit of both?
I try to make sure, like with music, period, I try to just always make sure I'm having fun.
Yeah.
Because if I ain't having fun, it's like the work kind of harder for me.
Yeah, exactly.
So I just try to lighten the moods. No, we'll do whatever I can just to have fun with it. So it'd be fun for me.
Okay, cool. Okay, so how long have you been making music for?
I've been making music since I was like 11. 10,
No
11.
way.
Yeah.
Really? When did you start taking it seriously?
After my first song.
Okay.
After my first song, I just seen like how my family reacted to it, and I just liked the feeling.
Okay.
And it was like, because I'm kind of like an introverted, kind of laid back, to myself type of person. So that was my way to speak. So when I seen like people listen to me, I kind of took that and ran with it. Like, this is my way to talk.
Yeah.
Through my music.
I love that. I feel like that's kind of similar to me as well. Yeah. Like I am definitely an introvert, but I express myself much more like through my music. That's really why I even started. Just a different way to express myself. But when did you know that you were becoming popular?
Like I want to say like 2010, 2011, ending of 2010, 2011. I actually just started dropping more, because at first I was making music, but it was more so like the people around me was just hearing it. I didn't really care too much for everybody else to hear it.
Yeah.
And then one of my friends back in high school, he used to like take my music and listen, like play it for everybody else. And I kind of, deep down inside, I kind of was mad because I'm like, I wasn't ready for that. But it kind of pushed me to where I'm at now. Like,
sometimes you need that push.
Yeah.
Because who knows how much longer you would have kept it to yourself.
I probably would have prolonged, because like I said, I'm so introverted, I probably wouldn't even care for people to know.
Yeah, I understand that. So what do you mostly make your music about, and like what does your creative process look like?
Most of my music is club music. I make all type of music, but the music my supporters gravitate towards is the club music, the Milwaukee culture type of music that I started making. And like I said, I do everything. It's just that music was just, I seen everybody like that. And like I said, I had more fun making that music versus me trying to sit here, make some pain music, serious music. I just don't want to, I don't want to relive that in my head to write about it and all that stuff. So I just go in and I turn that pain into fun. So that's how I go about it.
I could tell you can't go anywhere in Milwaukee without hearing a Munch Lauren song. Even last night, I was at Mr. B's. I heard big money, big money. Yeah, you can't go anywhere without hearing you.
I love that feeling.
Yeah.
Just walking in. Sometimes I just walk into spots and they just play the music, and I just sit back and just watch how everybody react. Some people don't be knowing I'm there. Some people know I'm there. I just be chilling.
Yeah, that's got to be an amazing feeling.
Yeah,
I can't wait to get there. Yeah.
Don't get there.
Yeah.
Definitely. Everybody get there as long as you keep working.
And that's the thing. Like I have drive, so it's like I know it's just eventually, and it's how hard I'm gonna work for it.
Yeah.
So
that's all it really is. As long as you don't give up on yourself, you can make it. You can make it in anything as long as you don't give up on yourself. I just seen people that, like, from basketball players, people that 1 year I seen them, they can't play basketball. The next year they the top player in the city. Like, they just working hard and they don't give up on themselves. So
that's true. Are you Milwaukee born and raised? Yeah. Have you lived anywhere else?
No.
Okay. Would you live anywhere else?
I would, but I ain't gonna lie, it'd be hard for me. Like, even when I travel, when I be gone, I be kind of like, after 2-3 days, I be ready to come back.
Yeah, you miss home.
Yeah, I be ready to come back because I got, of course, my family here, my kids. It's just the feeling. Like, I feel like when I walk around Milwaukee, I feel more comfortable and with people, everybody knowing me, like, and all that stuff. Versus when I go out of town, it be some people that know me, but it's a lot of people like I'm a stranger to, or I don't know what's going on. I just don't like being lost. So
yeah, I get that. But I mean, you don't like the feeling of exploring a little bit?
Yeah, I do, but
you just know where your comfort is.
Yeah, I like to explore it and go back home.
Okay. I understand that. Milwaukee is a good place to live. I haven't been here my whole life, but I'm actually happy that I was mostly raised here. I feel like it's a good place to be.
Yeah, the weather, even though it's cold and stuff, we don't get a lot of tornadoes, earthquakes, like stuff like that. So
it's mild, and it has just like it has a whole hometown feel. It feels like a little big city.
Right.
And you don't go anywhere without knowing somebody.
Right.
Yeah. So, you told me that you just dropped an album, or you are dropping an album?
I just dropped the album March 29th.
Okay. How many songs are on it?
16 songs.
Okay. Oh, wow. That's long. Yeah. Did that take you a while to put together?
Not really, because like, I just, every day I'm recording. So it's like I pretty much just sit down and kind of like put it together. And that process probably take like a month, just because I'm sitting down planning and trying to figure out my marketing plan. This song probably be good. These 2 songs go back to back. Like, that's it.
Yeah.
Other than that, I'm recording every day. I'm recording 3-4 songs a day.
Okay. I assume you have like a home setup then.
Yeah, I got a home setup.
Okay. Man, people keep telling me that's a game changer and that I need to hop on that.
Especially because the way everything is right now. The internet, everything just rapid. So that's the best thing, versus just keep trying to get to the studio. I still go to the studio. It just sometimes stuff just come to me right then and there. So I want to just go straight to. I don't want to book it, wait a couple of days. Right. You can lose the feeling.
Exactly. Lose the feeling. Even lose passion for the song, because after a while you're like, maybe that wasn't it. But if you don't have time to think about it and you just get to it and recording it, you don't got time to overthink it.
Yeah, and then sometimes I go in and I say, if I think of a song, I record it, lay it down, and I probably don't mix it and all that, but I save it. A couple days later, I come back to it. It might sound different to me, and a couple days later, I might want to add something. So,
right.
So that's a good thing. It's like taking notes.
So do you mix yourself as well?
I can, but Pizzle, he mixed a lot of my music. He been mixing it since I recorded Big Money.
Okay.
He started mixing and helping me, but I learned a little from him. I learned, just myself, teaching myself, like, all that. So it's songs that I got out that I mix, and it's projects that I got out that I mix, but for the most part, bro, it helped me a lot.
Okay, that's cool. Do you produce?
Yeah.
Do you make all of your own beats, or do you outsource sometimes?
I want to say I make at least 90% of my beats.
That's amazing. I'd love to be able to do that.
Yeah, it's just like, it's the same thing with the studio. Just when I feel it, I just want to make the sound to it and all that. So I just sit down and do it. Yeah. But I still do get beats from other producers and stuff like that, because I like working. I like making music.
So. Yeah. So far, both, I would say, either in life or in music, what has been your greatest challenge?
Both or
You can do both. Both.
life. Greatest challenge is just like pretty much just staying consistent. Just and this would really with both of them, like in life and with the music, just staying consistent. Um, Not giving up on yourself. Them be the most challenges because it's a lot of stuff. It's a lot of distractions.
Right.
So that'd be
Oh,
the
that's
harder.
true.
That's the challenge. A lot of distraction, a lot of obstacles to overcome. So most people give up as soon as they get one distraction, one obstacle. They just on to the next thing, or they don't want to do whatever they got going on. So
Yeah.
I say that's pretty much it. The distractions.
Okay.
For both.
Yeah. Have there been times when you wanted to give up on music, or have there been times where you've taken like extended periods to yourself?
I never took a long time off since I've been making music. The longest I probably took off music was like 2-3 weeks. That's probably the longest. And it wasn't completely off because I still was doing shows.
Okay.
Still doing that. I'm talking about like I didn't go to the studio for
Okay.
2-3 weeks, the longest. But like I said, it's just my life. So
that's impressive though. That's an impressive amount of consistency.
Yeah. Just when you do it so much, you just get used to it. That's all.
It just becomes part of your everyday.
Yeah. Everyday routine.
I need to get there. Okay, so what has been your greatest accomplishment or your proudest moments?
My proudest moment in life is, of course, my kids. Having my kids. Getting married. I just got married last year, so
yeah, congratulations.
Appreciate it. That was a big thing for me. And as far as with music, just the city. Like every time I go out and I see the city singing my song, they come up to me. I grew up listening to you Munch. I still listen to you Munch. Like that, just like that made me feel good. That's probably why I don't want to leave. Yeah, I'm so used to that. So. Yeah, you probably feel like nobody's gonna love you the way your hometown loves you. Yeah. They most definitely. I get a lot of love. You know, I see a lot of hate, but I don't. People don't come up to me and hate. Yeah, well, they show love. They say, yeah. So, that's funny how that works though? It's funny because people will hate, but not hate directly. Yeah. Like they're not gonna say nothing to you exactly to your face. Yeah, so that's why I never really trip about hate, none of that stuff. So yeah, just because of that, they won't say it. Nobody won't say it to your face. Nobody. Sometimes you gotta remove yourself from the internet. You can't let that type of stuff affect you. So yeah, that's what I do. I ignore all that. I gotta be honest. That's one of my biggest fears of like pushing my stuff and pushing content and all of that. Like I'm sensitive, so I'm like y'all not gonna be over here discouraging me. But that's the thing though. If you're not doing something right, they most likely just gonna scroll and not say nothing at all. Like no matter what, if they say something, that means it's something that caught their attention. You got something that caught their attention, so they're gonna comment on it, whether it's a bad comment or a good comment. I look at all comments as good. Yeah, like I got your attention. Either way, you took the time out. Yeah, and they might spin the block. Whether it's next year, they might be like, I remember I listened to her. I kind of didn't like it then, but she kind of grew on me. Like prime example, I kind of didn't like Sexy Red at first. Like the music, but not saying her music grew on me, just seeing how she grinding and she going crazy, like she was pregnant doing shows, like she just kind of made me respect her more. Like she out here, she getting it done. So now I bow my head to it because I respect her a little bit more. So. Yeah, that's funny. I had that same conversation last night about her. I said like, as much as I could have hated on her in the beginning, like just watching her grind and realizing that she found her niche and she's doing what works for her and she's grinding, like you really can't hate on her. Good for her. And the music is catchy, honestly. Right. You might not like what she's saying, but it's catchy. Like it's horrible. It's just like it was just like what she's saying. I got a daughter. Even it'd be a little too much. I rap like that too. Yeah. And I understand like people feel like that towards my music, but I don't be caring. I just keep going. So that's probably how she feels. She don't care. She going. She getting her money. So exactly. Can't do nothing but respect it. Exactly. That's how I feel. I feel like as artists and creatives as well, like it's a lot easier to
to see that part of the people, to see the grind versus like what's just presented. Like we understand what goes into it, you know, and the work that
the normal person
put into it
wouldn't understand or see that.
Exactly. Okay, so creatively, have you thought about doing anything other than music, or do you do anything other than music?
Yeah, I do a lot of stuff, like just like my father, he like a person that did everything, like work on cars, he just anything, he was just the person that everybody in the family called to get done. So I kind of like try to take after that by just doing everything. That's why I taught myself to make beats, mix myself, like all that type of stuff. Recently I kind of been telling myself I want to get into directing.
Oh,
because like music videos and stuff, like not just my music videos, like other people's stuff. Like I want to get into that. I want to try it out because that's something I have fun with, like doing my own videos. So I know I can take somebody's song, listen to it. Let's go this direction, and you know,
I damn near should let you direct my first video.
Let's make it happen.
I'm not even kidding. I have some ideas, but I feel like you could make it go crazy.
Yeah, let me hear a song.
Okay, I will.
Song, I'll check it out.
I for sure will. I'm gonna send it to you after this then.
Okay.
So how do you feel about the local music scene?
I love it.
Yeah,
I love it because it's for one, it's like they taking what I kind of started and they finishing it.
Exactly.
It's kind of, it's like helping me. Like a lot of people be wanting me to be mad at them, like they taking they sound like
why
you.
Why would you? Yeah.
This. I don't. Let me hop on it. Let me help y'all out, because the more people doing it, the more it's gonna spread.
Exactly.
It's gonna get bigger. So
exactly, that's how I feel too. We all need to have the same mindset right now of helping push each other forward. Because right now the eyes are on Milwaukee, and now it's about just like everybody being on their personal grind, but without bringing anybody else down. Because we can all eat. We really can.
Everybody, no matter what y'all got going on, let's just get some money.
Exactly.
Let's make it happen, y'all. You know, discuss that behind closed doors or whatever got going on behind closed doors.
Forget the petty mess.
Yeah.
Like, we just want to get paid.
Right.
We want to get paid, and we want our city to blow up like it deserves.
We can help the next generation.
Yeah. Exactly. But you are 100% right that like the new sound is basically based off of the sound that you and some of your peers kind of created around the city.
Yeah, it's something me and my like my cousins and friends, we used to sit down, and it was really like a joke. We used to sit down, make beats. I make the beats and just rap, tell jokes, say something, the most outrageous stuff to each other, like all that. Like, and it started turning into like a Milwaukee thing, because we was like the new generation at the time. So that's how it all came forward.
Yeah. Does it feel weird going from being the new generation to being like kind of like a trendsetter at this point?
Sometimes when I like be out in the club now and I hear like all the new music, like sometimes I just smile and it kind of be like this is crazy, because I used to try to push this sound when this wasn't a sound. I used to try to push it, and people like, nah, I don't think that's it much. I don't think they used to tell me that, like, before I was Munch Lauren, they was telling me like they don't think the beats is too childish, this, like all that stuff. So now that I see everybody embracing it, kind of like, wouldn't even say weird. I say it just be like kind of like a proud moment.
Yeah.
A proud moment.
And now that's kind of like the signature sound of Milwaukee.
Yeah,
like if anybody who knows of Milwaukee from the internet, that's what they know basically.
Right. Because it's
the claps and the booms and
a lot of people don't know that it's been like this for years.
Yeah.
A lot of people think it's just like we just came out of nowhere. Like it's been like this since I was a teenager.
Yeah, they just haven't been watching.
Yeah, pretty much, and that's thanks to TikTok. It's putting a little spotlight on it.
Yeah. So, was it a hard transition going from the generation of basically like putting in the footwork and like the face-to-face networking and all of that to going to like the Instagram, TikTok age?
A little bit, because around that time I kind of was my generation was right on the line. So like computers was just coming in, but everything was new. So everything that everybody know now, it wasn't out back then. So it was like fresh. So I feel like it kind of molded me for this because I was getting used to the doing everything on the computers as I'm growing up as a teenager to where now that I'm older, I kind of got it down pat. It's like I was training for it.
Right.
So I would say the transition wasn't too much of a gap.
Okay. Can I ask you what year you were born in?
92.
Oh, okay. You're right around my age. I was 93. I figured. Yeah, sometimes 92. You can just kind of tell when somebody is right around that generation.
Yeah, just by having conversations.
So, do you know, because it works for you? I know some people get upset at the fact that they have to, now I got to be an artist and now I got to create content and I have to be like a whole personality on top of that. And like, what do you feel about people who complain about it?
They probably complain about their jobs and everything too. So that's all I feel. It's like you got to do it. If not, you just go do an application or something. Like, if you don't want to do it, just go do something else. Like no matter what, you gotta. I think people think everything is overnight because of the internet. They see everything like happen. They don't see like the behind the scenes. They just see like the highlights. So everybody just believe if they just do something, the next day they're gonna be rich, or the next couple of days they'll be rich.
Yeah.
Because I know some people that came to the studio with me. They know how to rap and everything. They rap. The next couple of days, I'm telling them we got to push it. We got to post up every day. We got to do some content. And they just, man, I'm done with you. That's too much. It's doing too much. Like it's it's what it is, bro. You got to do this every day. If you really want it, you got to do it. If not, go punch a clock somewhere. Or something.
Exactly. I can say I was one of those people that at first kind of struggled with it because I was like, I don't want to do all that. And I am also an introvert. So it's hard for me putting myself out there like that. But it's like, how bad do you want it? This is the name of the game now. It's a DIY game at this point.
Right.
And if you're not going to put in the work, then you might as well just go do something else.
Yeah, and I ain't going to lie. I was similar for a while. I kind of was like, I was letting everybody else create the content around me. And I kind of stayed off the camera. I was setting up the stuff. I had ran into a friend. He had managed me for a while. And he kind of was like, he was on me about it. Like, you got to do the content. You got to do the content too. Eventually where I kind of just started, I kind of eased my way. I found my niche really, with the like, what can I do? Like, I ain't got to be dancing. I don't dance too much. So I don't got to be online dancing, all that stuff. I can still be in the video, have somebody else. I can create chaos around me and just be in the video, just show my face. Yeah. That's all. So that's like all it really be. Once you find out what you can do, it ain't got to be what everybody else doing. It could be something different.
Right. So, do what works for you.
Right.
Because other things might work for other people, but you got to do what's personal to your own brand and what basically what your own fans will look for. Yeah.
Because once your fans see that you comfortable at that, you might like it might be somebody, I don't know if you can cook. You might want to cook and have your music playing in the background. Your fans might be like just fans of you cooking so much that they just gonna buy your album. Yeah. Because they just fans of you cooking and you showing and you relating with them.
So you really can do anything and put your music in the background, but you just want people to connect and relate. Is what you're saying.
That's what music pretty much is. It's a feeling.
Yeah.
You got to connect it to a feeling. If you don't, it's just like you just putting it out here and just hoping that they attach to it versus if you make them attach to it. And I feel like that's why people attach to my music because they go to the clubs, they hear Munch Lauren, so they remember that time I was in the club, it was cracking. And that's where, because when people come up to me, they be like, I remember I went to this one house party and they played your stuff. They played this song and that song. They remember that. It attached to a feeling. So that's how you create supporters and fans, I feel like.
You're right. Music is all about a feeling. That's why people internationally can vibe out to each other's music and not even know the language because it's about the feeling behind it. Yep. Okay, so what's my next question for you? If you could work with any 5 artists, dream team, who would you put together? Who would you work with?
Just period, or like from the city, or
Just period in general.
See, I'm the type of artist I work with everybody that want to work with me. So I never really sit down and think about features too much.
Okay.
But of course, I got like artists, Drake and Future, even though they got what they got going on. Two artists, Gucci Man. I can't think of too much, but that's them just like three artists I listen to like in the industry.
Yeah.
I've been listening to for a long time, so that's why I said them. Plenty. I'll work with anybody that work with me.
Okay. How about producers? Are there any producers that you would have loved to work with or would love to work with if you ever get the chance?
I used to, when I first started rapping, I used to like want to work with a lot of producers like the Zaytovens. Pharrell used to be my favorite producer growing up.
Okay.
He kind of was like my favorite artist because I kind of connected with him a little bit.
He's outside of the box. Yeah.
And all that stuff. So that's the producer, Zaytoven. Pretty much like them two.
Okay. Do you have a favorite artist?
All time favorite artist was Gucci Man.
Okay.
Yeah, that's all I've been listening to. Before Gucci Man, it was Ludacris.
Okay.
So yeah, and that was like my younger before I was 10. So after 10, it was just all Gucci Man. And I can't lie, I used to listen to a lot of Lil B.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I used to listen to a lot of
bass
Lil B.
guy.
I think that's kind of where I kind of got like the having fun in my music from. Listening to him, he was just having fun.
Yeah.
He was dropping a lot. That's where I got to work. I was pretty much like molding my whole thing behind him. All of us, me and my guys, we kind of was listening to him. See, he was dropping 100 songs. We like, we finna do that. We finna drop 100 songs. We finna go crazy. We finna have fun on these songs, like how he is. Yeah. That's where
it worked.
Brought us. Yeah.
Yeah. Sometimes you do need somebody to model after in like the very beginning.
Yeah.
Just to see like what works.
Right. And then take what you can from it.
Exactly. Yeah. Nothing wrong with doing that. So do you have like a full team behind you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Not like a label, no.
Okay. But like management.
It's just all me, really.
Okay.
But I have a team, but it's just all independent.
Okay. Yeah, I feel like that's the best way to do it these days, though, because that way you still get to do what you want with your music.
Keep your
get to own your own. Yeah, exactly.
All that stuff, so.
Exactly. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to do. I don't really have aspirations of being signed to like a major label. I would sign to like an independent label, but I'm not trying to have my whole life.
In the beginning, I did because that was like what was put in our face. Like,
yeah, exactly.
But when I started learning more about the independent and I actually started seeing money independently. Like I ain't never seen no money like this off no job. So that's what made me realize like I kind of lost that aspiration of getting signed, getting a major deal. I really don't care for it.
Yeah.
I would do a partnership with somebody, but I don't care for no record deal or nothing like that. I'd rather do what I'm doing. I'm having fun. I'm enjoying myself. I ain't got to worry about somebody micromanaging my music. None of that stuff. I just go.
Yeah, exactly. How long would you say it took you to build your brand and your sound?
I would say the sound, it pretty much came as I kind of was I don't want to say a weird kid, but I kind of liked the weird stuff growing up, like as far as with the music. So that's where the sound came in, like me teaching myself. I seen Soulja Boy making beats, so I was like, he pretty much showed you how to do this. Soulja Boy did when he first came out. If you watched his vlogs and all that stuff back then, I don't know if he still got them up on his YouTube, but he was showing you how to get a home studio. He made beats on Fruity Loops, and I was just taking that and just running with it. So.
Yeah. But, yeah, some pioneers, huh?
Yeah.
Kind of prepared us for the
future,
the change in the game. because the game really did just kind of change.
Yeah, everything that's happening right now, he pretty much was doing it back then.
He was up on it already.
Yeah.
So how do you manage to keep your personal life separate from the artist?
I just don't put too much personal stuff out there. I put it just enough so you can know who I am, just not too much. Like you're not finna know what I wear to sleep, stuff like that.
Yeah.
It's not too much. It's just enough.
Yeah.
That's all.
Okay. So is it, as an introvert, are there times that you like have to make an appearance somewhere or do a performance and you're not really feeling interaction with other people, but you just got to do it anyway?
I never really I don't think I never really had that feeling because when it comes to shows and stuff like that, I kind of be geeked up to do them.
Okay.
It's like somebody told me it's another word that's not introvert or outrovert. It's another word.
An omnivert.
Yeah. I kind of like attention, but I still like to be to myself.
Mm-hmm.
So when it comes to shows, I kind of just on the way there. Yeah, I kind of had that feeling like I don't know if I want to be there. But as soon as I walk in the club, it's just that all that just go out the window.
Okay.
Where the mic at? I'm ready to turn. Like
just you walk in, you're like, oh yeah, I'm that nigga. Then you have fun.
I just have fun. And then when I see everybody enjoying themselves, that's probably the only time I probably feel like that. If I go out there and I see people just staring at me, just looking at me, like, then it's like, okay, like after this song, I'm gone, bro. I tell the DJ something like, just one more song, because they ain't feeling it, so I kind of don't feel it.
Yeah, because you're definitely going to feed off the energy that the crowd has.
Yeah.
You know.
But with me saying earlier, like create chaos, that kind of like I learned that if I do that, if they ain't feeling me, they'll feel the dancers. They'll feel with the DJ. They'll feel something on stage.
Yeah.
So I got to give them at least something to feel.
So how do you go about like creating the chaos? Do you have it pre-planned or is it just something that you do in your act, something that you say that gets people hyped up?
Mostly everything I say, I kind of like, I do so much shows, so it's like I practice it a lot. But as far as the chaos, it kind of follows me.
Okay.
Like everybody that come around me, they want to turn up, they want to dance, they want to do all this stuff. So I just pretty much, if you want to be around me, do this on stage. You want to be around me, you hit a flip. You shake, you twerk, you do this. So pretty much just that.
Yeah, and I think your music just makes people want to do that anyway.
Right.
Yeah. So you said that you have seen more money doing this independently than at any job. How long did it take you to start seeing the money? And like, what did you have to do before you started seeing the money?
It probably took like, for me to actually see some real money and quit my job, it was like a year.
Okay.
I was, I dropped Big Money, the Project X. Before that, I wasn't getting paid outside of shows. I wasn't getting paid for my streams, none of that, because I didn't know nothing about that. I just thought like I got to drop and somebody gonna come sign me. I was thinking that.
Yeah.
And shout out to Pizzle. He caught me in the studio one day recording the song Bands. He came in the studio, I was recording it, and he pretty much like he just helped me from there. He's like, it's a thing, distributor. I ain't know none of that. He's showing me. I'm just signing up as he telling me. I'm signing up. I'm still not thinking nothing of it. I dropped Project X on TuneCore. That's a distribution. I dropped it on there, and like I said, I still ain't thinking about money because I got a job and I'm getting money how I get money. So I'm not thinking about it until that was like February of 2015 when I dropped it. So when like towards the end of the summer of 2015, I started getting checks. And when I started seeing like a couple hundred come in, a few hundred, and I seen $1,000 check come in, I was like, hold up. You could really make money. Like I ain't got to be signed to a record label to get, make some money. That's what made me pretty much just started turning up. I just started dropping like crazy after that.
Okay.
Like back to back. So my checks started being bigger than my work checks, and I ended up quitting my job. Well, kind of got fired and quit. So
it wasn't one of those situations when you just kind of wasn't feeling it anymore, so you knew you wasn't gonna put in 100, and then they were like, "Yeah, it's time to go, boss."
I kind of knew I was finna get fired on the way to work because he told me if I was late one more time, he's gonna have a talk with me. And I'm like, man, ain't no grown man finna have a talk with me.
Yeah,
he ain't my dad, so he ain't my daddy. No talk with me, so I already kind of went into work like, yeah, they finna get rid of me. Mm-hmm. I packed up my stuff before I went to his office and everything, so I was ready. So
yeah, but you know what? Sometimes that type of situation is a push in the right direction too. Maybe that's just you needed to put more of your focus into just your full creativity.
Right. And that's pretty much what it was, because I was turning down a lot of shows because I had to work. A lot of people I couldn't do features with because I'm at work. Like it was a lot of stuff I was missing out on. So
yeah, so blessing in disguise.
Yeah. And then right after that, it's crazy. Right after I quit, the blues started going viral. So it really was like it was meant to happen.
Okay.
And that's like one of the songs I get the most money from right now. So
nice. So so you get the money when your songs are like from streaming, from performing, from, or like all of the above?
All of the above.
Okay.
Performing, streaming, anything. People want to use it for a movie, the license, everything. I just set it up to where if you want that sound, just you ain't even got to pay for it. You just use it and just do the business, the paperwork right. I'm gonna get paid on the back end. So. Yeah.
Do you have somebody who takes care of the paperwork for you, or is that something that you've learned to do yourself?
I do it myself, but I got somebody to help me.
Okay.
You know, for when I'm like busy, like I'm here, I got somebody now doing some paperwork I got to get done. So
okay.
But for the most part, when I'm sitting down and free, I'm doing all my paperwork. I'm uploading all my music. I'm doing all that. So.
Okay. So it's not like you don't have a job. You still have a job, correct. A full-time job.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Right. Basically what it is, like I ain't gotta go, and that's why I said like me having that job, it kind of stopped me from doing all that, and it was like I wasn't putting as much as I am now into my music.
Yeah.
So
I love to hear
and
that.
it kind of, I'm not gonna lie, kind of helped that I had a buzz while I was working. Mm-hmm. So I ain't just quit and start from scratch.
Yeah.
I had something going, then I quit.
Right. That's probably the best way to go.
Yeah.
Because then you know that there's a trajectory for you. Yeah, and you know that you have something to fall back on.
Right. You give yourself a timeline of, all right, I stacked up this much money from the job. I can do this for the next 3-4 months to make sure this happened. And, if it happened, it happened. Sometimes it happened more.
Yeah.
So that's all it is. Just can't give up on yourself.
Yep. Yeah. You're right. Sometimes I feel like people come here to say stuff to me that I need to hear. Because there's been times I'm like, I don't want to do all this work. But it's like, I don't want to be a slave to nobody else. I would rather, if I'm going to have to work every day of my life and do hard work, I'd rather it be something that I love. Right. So it's like, at some point, it's just like, how much is it worth it to you?
True. And that kind of goes back to your question about when you said, do I ever think about quitting, giving up? I don't want to work no job. So
exactly.
That's the first thing. If I ever feel any type of like I'm tired or whatever, I sit down, take a break. Sometimes I smoke or whatever, just chill. But then I think about that. Like, do I want to go back and punch a clock? No, I don't. So let me make a beat. Let me relax and make a beat. Like I just do something like that. So
yeah. So what a piece of advice would you give up and coming artists in the city?
Stop waiting for a handout. A lot of people just got their hands out and they waiting. They even like when they see me, a lot of people come up, Munch, check my music out. You should put me on. And I'd be like, you
Why?
gotta put yourself on.
Yeah.
I can't put you on. You gotta put yourself on, because it is like you can't, like, with my buzz, I can't help artists, but you can't pass the ball to somebody if they ain't on the court.
Exactly.
I can't pass to the bleachers. So that's what I say to a lot of people too. Like, come get on the court.
Mm-hmm.
Check in. Come get on the court. You come get on the court. If I'm the star player, I still can pass you the ball. You can still get yours.
Right.
So you can still make something happen, but you got to get on the court with me.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the advice I would say. Like, just get out here. Just do something. Just drop. Like, even when I first started, I didn't know nothing, but I still just made sure I got heard at least. That way, when certain people that knew something and they come to me, I just ask them, like, hey, I'm a new artist. What you think I should do with this? And I take what they said and I implement what I can use.
Right.
Sometimes I don't do everything they tell me they do. I just do what'll work for me. So
yeah. Like you can get game from artists, but like people can't just put you on. Like it's just not how it works. And I think that's something that a lot of people that are like brand new to making music, like a misconception they have.
Yeah, they think you just get put on.
Yeah.
You do numbers, you got it. They think you got millions because you do get millions. It's a lot of stuff that's misconceptions with music. So.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, even I'm gonna drop one song and it's gonna blow up and get huge, and then 5 years later you're still working, and it's like, but I mean, you're 5 years farther into it and 5 years closer, but it's not that instant fame, instant gratification that a lot of people go into it thinking it is.
Right. Yeah, a lot of people do that, and then also too, like you said, they just think it puzzle just happen for them, and if it don't, I ain't doing it no more. Like, I got a lot of cousins that's talented. They real talented with the music, and when they drop, the songs be good, but I be telling them, like, you got to put money behind it. Exactly. You got to get out here. You got to do this. You got to do this, and they be looking like, you Munch. Why we got to do that? And it's like, I can't. How can I do my music and your music? Like, versus if you got some motion going on, it'd be easy for me to be like, tell this DJ, hey, check out my cousin, this song. So they might be like, oh, I heard about him, and they'll play it. Or they might look you up and see you getting a couple. It ain't got to be hundreds of thousands, 10,000. It could be a couple. You drop 5 songs in the month and they all got 1,000 views. That means you trying to do something. Mm-hmm. When people see you trying, they work with you.
Yeah.
But if they don't, it's why I'm wasting my time, because you're going to have me building your whole career.
Exactly.
And I still got mine to build.
Right. That's not your job.
Right.
Yeah, you can give people advice. You can, basically, like you said, make the introductions, but you really can't. You can't get people fans.
I can't make you work.
Exactly, you can't make them work.
Get you in a job, but I can't make you actually work.
Exactly.
You got to put that work in still.
Yeah. So, Munch Lauren's advice: put the work in. Stop looking for a handout, because it don't happen that way. That's not how it works. Do you have any performances coming up?
I can't think right now. Yeah, I got a couple shows coming up, but my mind all over right now.
Okay.
Kind of just when the shows come, I just kind of just go with the flow.
Yeah. I do have you thinking on 10 different things.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's okay. But yeah.
I got stuff. I got shows coming up in Appleton, Chicago, and of course Milwaukee. But I'm trying to think of the dates, but I can't think of them.
That's okay. We'll add them later. So, let's see. I'm gonna ask you. I'm trying to get one more great question, and then we can wrap it up.
Okay.
But I'm trying to make you think. I gotta think to make you think.
Get a mind.
Okay. I'm going to ask you about getting married. What do you think what do you think are the qualities a man has to possess in order to be a good husband?
Gotta provide. I say basically just be there, cause that's pretty much what it is. Just being there. I gotta be there for my kids. I gotta be there for my wife. I gotta be the stronger person. But the type of wife I got, she help a lot. So it ain't like she just depend on me. She ain't one of them females that just depend. She get out here and she work too. She do her thing. She make sure she bringing something to the table. We both coming together because we trying to build an empire together. It ain't just me just trying to build it and everybody else good. We all together. We even now our kids getting old enough now to where I can incorporate them.
Yeah.
My oldest gonna be a teenager, so she real good with the TikTok edits and all that stuff. So she helped me out.
Yeah.
So it's like that. So that's pretty much my team. There.
Okay. A true partnership is so important.
Yeah.
Because if it's not a partnership, I don't want it. Like,
yeah, it's pointless. Like,
yeah.
What's the purpose of getting married? Because if you're not gonna, I feel like that's a bond. That's a business bond. That's what that's for. Like, not only about love, it's also about you signing a contract that y'all financially is bonded together. So why not financially make some money together?
Exactly.
So it all.
I agree with that. Yeah, I love your thoughts on that.
Appreciate it.
Those are important qualities to have in a marriage. All right, so I'm gonna say thank you so much for being here. I love getting to sit down and talk to you. You are a very down to earth person and just give off a good aura. So thank you for being you. Thank you for having your upbeat music and making the city a little bit more fun. Yeah, so thanks again. And thank you all for listening. That was Munch Lauren. Check him out.